Okay, my name is David Sturkey. I'm the zoning hearing examiner for the city of Cincinnati. I'll be presiding over the hearing today. We go ahead and get you checked in. It's Richard Ernst, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you're the applicant on this project? Okay, great, welcome. We also have Kate Meehan here from the zoning division of the city planning department, right? Okay. All right. And I need to read through our hearing script, which will cover the procedure for the hearing before we get started, and then we'll jump into it. So this is the May 1st, 2024 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. My name is David Sturkey. Again, I'll be presiding over the hearing. The case before us today is case number ZH20240039. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any potential opposing parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any potential opposing party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. If there were anyone here from the public, they would have an opportunity to speak after the applicant had presented its case. Excuse me. I will then hear from the zoning division and Ms. Meehan to provide any testimony in addition to her staff report. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to rebut that testimony or respond to that testimony. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties with the Zoom technology, since we're in person, we're going to be able to push through that. But if there's something that goes haywire that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with this hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay. Last thing I need to do is just swear on all of our witnesses. So everyone that intends on providing any testimony, if you could please raise your right hand, I need you to answer out loud. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, great. Mr. Ernst, are you ready to proceed?
Sure.
The floor
I'm
is yours.
here.
Sorry, go ahead. I said the floor is yours, so.
Thank you. All right. I'm here on behalf of my clients, Nikki Beck and Kim Chody, who reside at 3922 Eileen Drive. We are in the midst of a house addition and renovation. Part of that renovation was an extension of the existing rear deck from a 7-foot depth to a 10-foot depth. The existing house is non-conforming as regards to the side yard, which in the zoning district requires a 6-foot side yard. And we only have 3.6 feet. So we need to make up that remaining distance
Good.
in order to construct the deck.
Okay, so so there's an existing deck that is 7 feet in depth into the rear yard, correct?
Correct.
And you want to add 3 additional feet
Correct.
with the new deck that's going to replace the existing deck, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and the existing deck has the non-conforming side setback as well?
Correct.
Okay, which is flush or the same?
Yes, the deck is flush with the side of the house.
Got it, okay, and so this will just be extending that non-conformity towards the rear, but not any greater non-conformity to the side.
It will not make it worse.
Okay. Will there be any adverse impacts in terms of light or wind or anything else for neighboring properties that you're aware of?
No, I mean, presently there's a 7-foot deck with a railing. This would just extend from, it's 3 more feet. Would not make, I don't know that you would be able to tell the difference.
Okay. Is there any fencing or any other privacy screening along the property line?
This deck is approximately 8 feet out of grade. The way the grade slopes, the neighboring property is at a lower grade. There is a current 6-foot privacy fence between the two properties, but the deck is up above that privacy fence. Here's a photo that would help.
Got it. Okay. I see. So to the extent that there's any privacy concerns, those won't be exacerbated by this additional 3 feet. Was that a safe?
Correct.
statement?
Thank you.
All right. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Kate?
I don't have too much to add, but I would, just say that I did do some search on the permit history here, and the deck is behind the, house, including a 1-story addition. So the 1-story addition, was added previously, not by the current owners, but by a previous owner in 1986. And at that time, it created I don't know what, it was obviously well before current zoning. So it created the non-conforming 3.6 foot side yard setback there. So this deck basically is just following that existing 1-story addition. So it will not extend out or anything further from that. But the addition again was created in the 1980s before current zoning, and it is non-conforming to the side yard setbacks. The rear yard, there's no issue. The rear yard is fine, but it's along the side there where it's non-conforming. And the deck will extend that by, I think, 3 feet. So it's very minimal.
Okay. And I assume that the addition you mentioned was permitted back in the 80s.
It was, yes, it was permitted.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't know. I guess I would just add though that a non-conforming side yard setback is common there along Eileen Drive. I mean, I use the Cages measuring tool, and it looks like several properties, including like 3930, 3927, 3926, 23, etc. There were about 8 that I measured where they all had non-conforming side yard setbacks. So it is a condition that is existing on that street, and particularly in this area section of Eileen.
All right, great. I don't think I have any additional questions. Richard, anything you'd like to say in closing or otherwise before we adjourn?
No, this is not a complicated issue, and I think the addition to the deck will be minimal. It won't be seen from the street. And we've had no unhappiness from any of the neighbors.
All right.
And I don't know if you've received any.
No, I did not receive any comments or, anyone speaking against the project. So no, I did not receive anything in regards to this.
Okay, yeah. All right, I think we'll leave it at that then. Thanks, Mr. Ernst, for your time and your testimony. I've had a chance to review the application materials and the staff report. Based on that, based on the testimony I've heard here today, I'm going to approve the application. Need to formalize that approval in a written decision. Feels like you've been here before, so you may be familiar with this process, but yeah, I'll put my decision in writing, and as soon as I'm finished with that, I put it into a PDF, and I'll email it to everybody who's here today, and the owners. And so you'll have that decision really just moments after it's complete. Once that hits your mailbox, Kate will have it as well, and she'll be able to approve the permitting on her end. Zoning on her end. Any questions about any of that?
None whatsoever.
Fantastic. Well, good luck on the project, and we are adjourned.
All right, thank you.